Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Skilling Minds. I am Preeti and hope you all are doing well. Today we bring to you another hands-on session on Python EDA basic commands. But before we begin, if you are new to my channel, please subscribe with the bell notification so that you are the first one to receive our videos. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Today's session is on Python. Python is commonly used for data analysis and data visualization. Exploratory data analysis in Python uses data visualization to draw meaningful patterns and insights. It also involves the preparation of data sets for analysis by removing irregularities in the data. So let's begin right away.
Welcome to Skilling Minds, where we impart skill knowledge with easy to understand presentations and hands on sessions. So, whether you're a student or a corporate professional or a homemaker or an entrepreneur, adding skills helps you to increase productivity and attain proficiency. Most people delay adding new skills either due to lack of time or resources. But here at Skilling Minds, we will enable you to learn new skills at your own pace that can help you to stay ahead in today's competitive world. So let's jump straight away into today's topic and add a new skill to our portfolio with Skilling Minds. Welcome to the hands-on session on Python EDA Basic. In this session, we'll be using some basic commands in Python to do exploratory data analysis and try to look at the data set given to us. So let's get started. Let's first create a new Python notebook. We can always double click here and we can give it a name, something like EDA Basic. Now to start with, we have to import the libraries that we need to work on. And we're going to start with some basic libraries here. So let's import NumPy as NP and also import pandas as PD. Now once we've imported the library, let's give a command to import the data set. So let's first give a name to this data set. Let's say let's make it a data frame and say df equals to pd dot read. So I'm gonna pull this data from Excel. So I'm gonna write Excel here, and I'm gonna give the name of the Excel file, and always remember to put the extension, otherwise it will give you errors. In this case it is XLSX. Okay, and let's see what happens. So it's read the database, it's imported the database, and it's ready for us to explore. Now how do we display the data set? We use the naming convention that we did as DF stands for data frame, and you can choose any letter that you like. So we'll put a df dot head. So you want to basically look at the head of the data, which should give us the column names and a few rows. So let's run this, and here it is. So what do we have in front of us are the column names, and correspondingly it has some rows picked up. And a good way to look at it is just skim it through so that you can see that everything is in order, in the sense like if there is something known as a quantity ordered, it has numericals. If it's a categorical field, it should have uh, data as objects. If something like status is shipped, which is correct, it is not numerical, and so on. So just skim it through and see what all is available in this data. So for the sales data, I think we can easily see there's an order number, there's a quantity number, there are sales, there are statuses, whether it's shipped or not, customer name, phone, address, city, and so on. Now you can also you know look at from a different perspective. You want to see from the bottom of the data, you just change head to tail, and it will give you last few rows. Again, just skim it through, just see everything is in order. There are no missing values as such, and then just visual observation, but there is much more to be done for exploratory analysis. So let's move further now. Let's see at what is the information being provided by this entire data set. To get that, put in the command df.info. So what does this pull out? So it kind of gives you a number, serial number order here, then column, then it tells you about how many rows are there in each of the columns, and it also tells you that is there a null value or a non-null value, and it also gives you your data type. So in one view you're able to see so much of the information. Always remember that Python doesn't start with 1, it starts with 0, and so on. And when we go to advanced sessions, this will really help us to input as a part of the code when we're trying to pull out or explore data into different segments. So few things for exploratory analysis. One, we look at that all the columns present here do not have any null value. That is, there is no missing value as such. Most of them look like similar. 2,747 rows in each one of them. A quick view also tells you the way we were looking at whether it's a numerical number or whether it's an object, whether it is continuous number, or whether it's a categorical. That could be also looked upon through data types. So something like an order number is an integer, which is a numerical number. Quantity ordered is also integer. Price is a float. Float is basically a number with decimals, and so on. Order date, you will have a date time format or a data type here, and then we saw those statuses which were like shipped and all being represented as objects. Quick summary at the bottom. So a date time data type is only one. Float, which is there, it's 2 of them. Integers are 5 and objects are 12. And some note on how much memory usage has been occupied by this data set here. So after looking at the info, what we can do is we can go a bit further and get a little advanced in this, and just try to see that if it's saying non-null values, is it true or not? Do I really have any missing values or not? So for that, you will have to put in a command which is df.isNull, and let's run this first and see what happens. So when you run this, you see all falses, false out here. False would tell you that there is no null value. If there would have been a null value, this would have been true. So it gives a lot of false in all the rows. But how do we comprehend this? We can't read each and every row. So let top it up with a sum, and let's see what happens. Once you do that, it tells you the sum of total null values. For order number is 0. As we have seen, there are no null values, right? So for each and every column you see 0 out here, which kinds of tell you that this data set does not have any null value. Now let's look at one more of a basic command to explore this data set. Let's type in gf dot describe. So what does it do? If you notice on your left hand side, it's kind of segmented the data into count, mean, standard deviation, minimum 25%, 50%, 75%, and max ranges. Now this is not applicable for something like a order number, because we don't want to do any description or any analysis on the order number, or something like employee ID, which is not to be analyzed. But let's look at something like quantity ordered. As we know, there are around 2,747 rows or values for quantity ordered. If you look at the mean quantity ordered is around 35, and also 50%, which could be a median here, is also around that value of 35. It also shows up that they are at a standard deviation of 9.7. Or 25% quartile would continue to have something around 27 orders, or 75 would have around 43 orders, and maximum of the value is around 97 quantity orders. And you can look at for other variables also, something like price. It could also be in terms of sales that you could look at. So let's say a medium is around 3,184. That's the sales that you received as a median from this particular data set. And then obviously it has its minimum sales value of 482, and even the maximum values of something like 14,082. So it's kind of in a way it describes us the data in different segments, and helps us understand where the mean value is, or where the median is, or what is the standard deviation, what are the different quartiles or percentiles where it has been divided, and helps us also to understand it from the perspective of min and max. So with this, I would like to conclude today's hands-on session on Python EDA, that's Exploratory Data Analysis, basic commands. Thank you.
If you like this video, then please go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe Skilling Minds. Leave us a comment on which skill video would you like to watch next. Also, press the bell notification button so that you're informed as soon as we upload a new skill video. Till then, take care and bye.